Zach, I think we're setting up for something unique to happen in Miami. How feasible do you think it would be for Tua to take an unprecedented team-friendly contract? It's complete speculation, but I can somehow see this happening based on his personality and partnership with Mike McDaniel. Thoughts? P.S. Truck life is way easier down here in Arizona, and then he gives the rock on emoji. You talk about Tua taking a team-friendly deal in Miami with the Dolphins. There's a couple reasons why I think that's a good... First of all, you got to realize in Florida, there's no state income tax. So Tua's money is going to go a lot farther in Miami than it would in New York or in a lot of other states. I would love to see Tua take a smaller amount of money, maybe fully guaranteed, but like $20 million a year, which is a good deal for everybody. Tua gets great wealth, $20 million a year for a couple, like 4 years, maybe 5 years, 6, something like that. What if you give Tua a 4-year deal, $20 million a year, fully guaranteed? That's $80 million fully guaranteed. That's a great deal for everybody. It's a good amount of money to pay a quarterback. It doesn't cripple your franchise. And I think Tua taking a team-friendly deal would be incredibly self-aware. If I could talk to Tua, that's what I would encourage Tua to do. Tua, I think, fully knows that he needs help to succeed and win. He needs Mike McDaniel calling plays and designing that offense. He needs Tyreek Hill to throw to. He needs Jalen Waddle. You could even argue that for the Dolphins franchise, Jalen Waddle's contract is more important than Tua's. Like, Tua feels replaceable. If you plug Mac Jones into the Patriots offense throwing to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, that's a good offense. Davis Mills could come in and do Tua's job, I think, because a lot of what makes them great is their receiving core. Tua's good. He anticipation, executes the offense well, but I think Tua's got to have self-awareness here and say, let's take a little less money, keep the franchise happy, and you got to be able to pay Jalen Waddle. What's going to happen do you want to be Kyler Murray? Do you want to be Russell Wilson making like 40 times more money than your teammates, and they're not coming to your birthday party because they're mad at you and you're losing? Like, if you pay, let's imagine a reality where Tua got paid $45 million a year, and then you couldn't pay Jalen Waddle. So Jalen Waddle left, Tyreek Hill gets old and isn't quite as good. That's not the same Miami Dolphins team. What makes the Dolphins great is that they have star players around Tua. In order for Tua to make sure that happens, he's got to take less money, as long as they pay the people around Tua. But in fact, if I was working with Tua, I'd say, hey, I'll take less money, but I need some kind of guarantee contractually that you are going to bring in other receivers or something like that. I would imagine Joe Burrow would do something similar, like, hey, I'll take a contract, but you better also have in writing you're going to pay Jamar Chase and keep him in Cincinnati too. Something like that. But I think there's creative solutions to all these problems. And if I was Tua, I think a self-aware thing to do is take less money so you can pay people around you, and you don't want to be a burden to your franchise. Tua is not worth $45 million a year. I think very few quarterbacks are. But if Tua asks for too much money, I would replace him. I don't like saying that. Tua's my favorite quarterback in the NFL. I love the guy. It's the only jersey I own is a Tua Tagovailoa jersey. I love Hawaii. I love Tua. I love his family. I've got a t-shirt that's got a bunch of tiny Tuas I'll wear on it someday. I mean, I've wore it on the show before. I think the best move for Tua is take less money. And I think we've really rounded out that conversation, but I repeat this again. I think the Jalen Waddle contract is actually more important than a Tua contract long-term. I think their success on offense is more dependent on Jalen Waddle's availability than Tua's. I think Tua you can replace a lot easier than you can replace Jalen Waddle in that offense.